Senior judicial officials from all 54 Commonwealth countries, along with UNICEF partners, are attending the Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association, or CMJA, 15th Triennial Conference to be hosted at the Club Med Resort. Hundreds of delegates flew in for the historic conference, which commences in 3 days, where representatives will discuss in a high-level forum justice for children. Last night at the welcoming ceremony, addresses were rendered by a number of high-ranking delegates. The first address was made by His Honorable Chief Justice of the Turks and Caicos Islands, Gordon Ward, OBE, followed by Attorney General of the Turks and Caicos, Honorable Kurt De Freitas, OBE.
I hope that most of you will be able to stay on to the second half of this conference and to gain more insight, perhaps from some of the papers given in the last 2 days, into not just the way to deal with the person in front of you when it's a young person, but the reasons behind him, or the reasons why he's come to court at that time, and a bit more insight into what's going to happen to him after he leaves the court.
The principles of judicial independence are now firmly entrenched in Commonwealth core values and principles.
During the ceremony, President of the CMJA, Chief Justice Richard Banda, presented a message from the CMJA patron and head of the Commonwealth, Her Majesty the Queen, followed by Governor of the Turks and Caicos, His Excellency Gordon Wetherell.
As your patron, I much appreciate your kind words, and in return, send my warm good wishes to all concerned for a most successful and enjoyable event. Signed, Elizabeth R.
I'm also delighted to renew my acquaintance with the association. It held a conference in Accra on judicial reform within the Commonwealth, impact, driving force and future in 2005 when I was British High Commissioner to Ghana, and my wife and I had the good fortune of being able to welcome participants and members of the Ghanaian judiciary under the distinguished leadership of the late Mr. Justice George Kingsley Acquah to our house in Accra for a reception. Few things bind the Commonwealth countries as closely together as their legal systems and tradition. A proud tradition which underpins many of the freedoms and other advantages we enjoy today, and a tradition in which the CMJA has an important role to play, both as binding agent and as a platform for ensuring that it maintains its relevance in the face of new challenges thrown up by a continuously changing world.
During the event, entertainment was provided by the local police band with an endless opening procession of flags. The singing of the national anthem and a music interlude was performed by local songbird Barbara Johnson, followed by the closing remarks by His Honorable Justice Richard Williams, who also gave the introduction for the Masters of Ceremonies. During the 2-day colloquium on the law and the child that concludes on Friday, October 2nd, panels will examine the issues of legislation regarding juvenile justice and seek to identify any difficulties and problems in utilizing guiding international instruments. Other topics up for discussion will be the status and representation of children in court proceedings, issues arising for children in minority or disadvantaged communities, child labor and exploitation, slavery and the trading of children, restorative justice and the child, the involvement of the courts in crime prevention programs, the sexual abuse of children, best practice for child witnesses who have been victims of violence. For WIV4 News, I'm Akira John.